Hello, I am Therese, also known as Caffeinated Cast Ons, and welcome back to Caffeinated Cast Ons here on YouTube. It has been a hot minute. So I actually have footage that I recorded from probably 2 weeks ago. And then I got sick. I got a cold that I caught from my son. And I'm on the tail end. Caught the cold, was on the tail end, re-caught the cold, and now I'm on the tail end again. So fingers crossed that this time I am close to being fully healed, because man, do I miss feeling normal. Anyways, so what we're actually going to start with, hold on, wait. So I have my coffee in my cute little Christmas mug. My one and only Christmas mug that I have. Ooh, still hot. Okay, and first let's go rewind, time travel. We're gonna go back, I think it's 2 weeks maybe, and I'll show you what I've been working on between then. And then we will come back here and I'll show you what I've done since then. So cue 2 weeks ago. This is kind of weird. It's December 8th and it is 10 o'clock at night right now, and I'm trying to be quiet. I just finished I have a finished object, and I wanted to record this and show this because I'm actually giving it as a gift tomorrow. So it's fresh off the needles. I have the water ready to block, so I'll just show you. So I finished a musselburgh that I've been knitting as a gift for my uncle, and I just wanted to show it. So just sealed her on up. So if you have never knit a musselburgh before, this is what it looks like before it's all pieced together, if that makes sense. It's just a tube. And so now you are going to fold it inside itself, and it's a little finicky when you first do it. Kind of wiggle it around a little bit. And you have your beanie. And then, so now it's double lined. There you go. And I'm gonna give it a good block, that way it'll have room to be either higher. You can fold it up and make it really snug against your head. But yeah, that is it. And then the yarn is Life in the Long Grass. I want to say, if I remember correctly, the colorway was Cool Dawn. I'll have it linked to my project page on Ravelry down below. But this was in a Stephen West kit from 1 or 2 years ago. I want to say last year, for the mystery knit along. And I ended up not doing it, but I just reused the skein of yarn. So that is my finished object for this week. So I'm gonna give this a block, and then I will hop in later at a more decent hour with what I've been working on this week. Okay, so see you in a little bit. Good afternoon. It is Thursday, December 14th. I am on my second cup of coffee for the day. Let's get into it. It's been a couple days. Hi, I'm Therese, also known as Caffeinated Cast Ons on Instagram and here on YouTube. I feel like today, it's going to be a little bit of a shorter one. I feel like we'll see how it ends up actually coming out once it's edited. But I haven't been doing too much knitting, I feel like. At least in my mind, I haven't. I've still just been kind of having, not a bad week, but I just feel like I'm in a funk right now and going through it. I'm getting over a cold, a tiny cold. My son brought home a cold from daycare, and so I'm dealing with that a little bit. I feel it in my throat, so yeah. Hence the second cup of coffee, which is needed. This is my coffee mug. I got this thrifted online. Isn't it so cute? My grandma used to have cups like this whenever I was younger, and it's funny because I remember talking with one of my friends about this, and something about these cups, like this pattern and like the way that they're made, because it's a pretty like thick cup, it just makes everything taste better. Like water tasted amazing in these cups. Like I don't know. And like I don't, does it say what it's made? What does that say? I don't know. But these cups are amazing. Like, I don't know how old they are, but this cup, man. So good. Okay. Where did my coffee go? I got new coffee and I was going to show you the bag. Hold on. Okay, so I do a coffee subscription through Trade for my coffee. Basically, I take a quiz and give it my preferences, how I brew my coffee, my taste, all that stuff. And it sends you a different coffee every month, or you could order the same coffee every month, totally up to you. But my new coffee is this Temple Coffee Roasters, and it is really good. It's a blend, which is called 3 Pillars. And the taste, I guess, is dark chocolate, caramel, and citrus. It was roasted on December 5th. And so it tells you when it's roasted. Like, they roast their coffee like on some day each week. Like, I can't remember what day, and then they ship it to you, like all in the same week. So that's nice. I haven't checked my mail in a few days, so I'm pretty sure it actually came a couple days ago and it was just sitting in my mailbox. Yeah. So I had my coffee, my first cup of coffee for the day. Oh gosh, this is shaking. I had my first cup of coffee for the day with just this plain, and then my second cup, I need something a little bit stronger just to help me get through the rest of the day. And so I have 1 scoop of this Temple and 1 scoop of this here. And that's what is currently in my cup, with some vanilla almond coconut creamer. So that is the caffeinated portion of today's video. Okay, so I showed earlier my finished object for this past week. Let me, I feel like my hair is extra poofy today. It was freshly washed yesterday. So, I have my nice little postpartum baby hairs. You can kind of see them. See those little babies? How's it going? Anyways, I showed my finished object for this past week, which was a Musselburgh that I knit for my uncle. Hey Tony, if you're watching. I say uncle, we grew up more like cousins, but really he's like one of my best friends. So yeah, we had breakfast with him and my cousin, his daughter, Sunday. Yeah, we went and had brunch with him on Sunday, and so I gave him his beanie. He loved it. It fit. It was perfect. So great. His daughter took it and put it on her head and wanted to trade beanies with him, so I think I need to cast on another Musselburgh to make one for her. And I already have yarn in mind. I just need him to measure her cute little head so I can make sure I make the right size. But yeah, but I don't know when I'll cast that on. And I guess I'll use this time to get into whips, because I've been working on another Musselburgh for my son and I'm almost done. So I cast this on, I want to say I cast this on the 5th. I'm pretty sure it was the 5th is whenever I cast this on. And I am just a couple inches away, just a few inches away from needing to do the decreases already. This one went super, super fast because it's for a small person. Yeah, so this is my little progress keeper. Like I think I finished the increases on the first day. I'm pretty sure it was the 5th. And then I have done all that over the past few days. So I think I have 3 or 4 more inches to go before I can start the decreases, and then it'll be done. This color looks so good. I love it so much. This is that Mace of Skeins on her old club base. And then I have the yarn in a yarn cozy. This is Nitty Natty's pattern. So you can just have a center pull ball and it won't kind of get all loose and messed up everywhere. I finished this cozy. I didn't block it. I didn't block it. It would probably fit a little bit more nicely if I did. So I'll give it a good wash after I use it for here. But my ball of yarn is just here. So that's super nice. So that is one whip that I've been working on this week. Oh, this coffee's so good. My next whip has been more of my DK jelly blanket. So I've just been working on adding this blue color, like blue-green. And it has been coming along very nicely. So I think I still have about half the ball. I can't remember. Whoa, it just fell. I want to say this was 20 something, about 20 grams. So I think I'm about halfway through it and just been working on that. So yeah, I think I'm about halfway through the length. Maybe a little less than half. It's always hard to show this project, but here's the top. Here's where I'm at. And then here's the bottom. Yeah, so less than halfway through. But still, it's been going and it's been nice. Have I picked up any other projects on my needles? No. Between finishing the Musselburgh gift and starting my son's and just the DK jelly blanket, haven't really been doing too much knitting on other projects, which at first I was sad about just because I feel like they haven't been getting my attention. But with just like the past couple of weeks that I've been having mentally of just not really feeling it right now, it is perfectly okay. I've been knitting on stuff that I've been enjoying, and it's been good. I'll take it because I very much want to enjoy the knitting process and not dread it. Yeah, so it's been good in that aspect. So I'm learning to be kind to myself in that aspect with my knitting projects, because I'm just knitting on what I want to right now. And if I don't feel like knitting on my Scotch brim tee, I'm not gonna knit on it. Hold on. Yeah, so if I don't want to knit on my Scotch brim tee, I'm not gonna knit on it. If I don't want to knit on any of my other pairs of socks, I'm not gonna knit on them. I'm learning to say that it's okay, because it is. It literally is. Like, these other projects besides the beanie for my son aren't for anyone else except for me. So it's fine. So that's it for like yarn whips. I did do a little bit more sticker journaling. Just yesterday, it was literally like just for 5 or 10 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. I had some corgi stickers that I found in a Ziploc bag. And so I just put little corgis on there, and the little mushroom and flowers looked like similar style, and those looked really cute. So I added those on there. But that's it. I haven't done any more than that. I'm hoping I get some more stickers for Christmas, or getting more stickers soon, because I would really love to continue to add to this. I might get some more scrapbook paper as well, because I really like the look of it with the scrapbook paper. Yeah, but that is that for sticker journaling. Okay, that was fun. Now we're back to today. It is Friday, December 22nd. Christmas is here, y'all. It is this coming weekend, so it's definitely going to be busy. Let's start with finished objects. So in the footage from a couple of weeks ago, I showed you a Musselburgh that I finished for my Uncle Tony. He loved it. It was great. Awesome. So that was a finished object. I did finish another Musselburgh. I can't remember when I finished it. I meant to have the date up, but essentially I did another Musselburgh for my son, and I finished it in I think like 2 weeks, which I was super proud of myself. That's like the fastest I've ever knit something. Well, I take that back and I'll get to that in a second. But it was such a quick knit, since it is a much smaller size for a Musselburgh. So it was super awesome to have that. So that's another finished object, but I don't have it with me. He's wearing it today, so I don't have it to show, but I'll put either a picture, or you can see on my Ravelry page pictures of it there. It is so good though. He looks so cute in it, and I love it. Okay, other finished objects. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 9 other finished objects to show. And if you follow me on Instagram, you know what this is. And it's just comical, almost. So I was sick with a cold, and it was really bad. It was a pretty bad head cold, and still fighting off a little bit of like sore throat. But while I was sick, I was just literally in bed nonstop, like did not move from bed. And I cast on a washcloth, and I made like 9 washcloths. And I just wasn't expecting to knit that many. There's a excuse me, there's a pattern. It's a free pattern. I'll link it down below. And it has 3 versions of the washcloth, and so I knit all 3 versions to see which one I liked best. And I liked the second and third one best. The third one is the one that I knit all the rest after I knit my first 3. And so these are going to be just gifts for people. And I decided that I wanted to challenge myself and see how many washcloths I can knit in a year. So from December 2023 to December 2024, I'm going to be keeping track of how many washcloths I knit each month. So down below, if you click more, you'll see my Ravelry project pages, and there is going to be a project page for the washcloths, and I'll keep a tally next to each month of how many I knit. So yeah, so let me just show you what I put together. Okay, I think this was washcloth number 1, and this is with Knit Picks Dishy yarn, so it's just a cotton, and the sides have holes in them. So that was washcloth number 1, pretty good size. It can be used as a dishcloth, washcloth, however you want to use it. So that was 1. And then 2, it was the same, but it had like updated corners, I think, still had the holes. And then 3, this one had no holes. And so I ran out of like that purple, bluish purple color, and so I just put in a plain white. Also Knit Picks Dishy, pretty good size. So then I'd also bought some cotton yarn. Okay, so a couple of weeks ago I had bought some more cotton yarn from Hobby Lobby. And do I have the label? I don't know if I have the label. Is this it? No, this isn't for that one, but the brand is Crafter's Secret cotton. I want to say this one was called like Sprinkles or Party Sprinkles or something. But I got 1 and then another one, and then I ran out, and so I just put the white back in there because I had some white Knit Picks Dishy. And then I think this one's my favorite colorway. This is also, excuse me, this is also from Hobby Lobby. Look how pretty that looks. So I got 1, 2, and then I had like that much left. And so then I filled the rest in with Dishy. And this is just like a cream color. And I thought that went better than the stark white with it. And then I was looking for more cotton. And I just have some leftover. I made some dish towels, I think, a year or 2 ago for my mom and my mother-in-law. And this is just like a scrappy one of the colors that I'd use for the dish towels. So red, blue, orange, and then some of the white. So I still have a little bit more. Wait, so that is final count 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 9 washcloths that I finished. Oh my goodness. So funny. I'm just surprised at how quickly I knit them, but they were really fun to knit. It's quick and easy, and these are just gonna be for gifts. I'll keep a couple for myself. And then I have a little bit left. So this is the white and this is the cream. This is Dishy Knit Picks, and then I have some scraps. And so I'll probably throw this into a scrappy one and then just finish these off. And then I'll just need to get more if I want to keep up my challenge for how many I can knit in a month. I was thinking like a couple a month. No. So that was, yeah, that was this past week of being sick. That was my sick knitting. Okay, whips. So, since I finished the Musselburgh for the gift and the Musselburgh for my son, I picked up the Musselburgh that I had for myself and started knitting on this again. So that was really fun. I miss this yarn so much because I love yellow. It's my favorite color. Excuse me. It's my favorite color. So I have my little stitch marker here, my progress keeper. So this is how much I've knit on it in the past probably week. I've only picked this up like maybe a few days ago. So a little more than halfway on the length that I need for the beanie. It's looking really good. So I'm excited to be knitting on that again. And then I will probably do, I don't know if I'm going to do another washcloth. I feel like I'll close the chapter on my cold with the washcloths. But my other whip has been my DK jelly blanket. And I've only added like maybe 1 or 2 colors. Last time I was somewhere down here, and so I moved my progress keeper up. I finished this color, and now I'm just adding in this random, I don't know how many grams this is. Probably just like a few, and I'm adding that in. So it's like peachy color. I already have it in the blanket down here. So this is what it'll look like, and this is just more that I found, and I was like, might as well just use it and put it in the blanket. So I'm excited about that. That's been fun to knit on. And since I was sick, I was like, I don't want anything that's going to take too much brain power. So between the washcloths, the DK jelly blanket, and the Musselburgh, that is plenty enough because it's all just stockinette, or yeah, just straight knitting essentially. Oh, I do. Hold on. Okay. So since my son's Musselburgh did not take up the full skein of yarn, I had probably about half, like maybe I think 54 grams left over after I was done. So what I did was I wound off 2 10-gram balls, and I'm kind of pre-collecting yarn for scrappy socks that I want to do. I'll just take these out. It's easier to see. I think this is a hedgehog fiber. I think that's a hedgehog fibers, and then this is that Massive Skeins yarn. So those will look really good together for scrappy socks. So I have 10 grams each for sock 1, 10 grams each for sock 2. So that took about 20 grams. And then I wound off, I think I had about 34 grams after that. And so I tried to split it as evenly as I could. This one's going to go to my friend Katrina because she's working on a DK jelly blanket too. So this is her half of it, and I already have my half in my bag for my DK jelly blanket. So Katrina, if you're watching this is coming your way sometime soon, next time I see you. Yeah, so that was pretty fun, and now like the whole skein is being used. So that was really exciting, and I think I'm gonna kind of go that route with all the other projects I finish going forward. Just whatever's left of the skein, split it for scrappy socks that I will eventually start, and then split the rest for myself for my blanket, and then to give to Katrina for her blanket. So Katrina, you're in store whenever I start finishing other projects. Okay, I think that's all my whips. I hope to knit on some socks. My vacation actually starts today for work, so I have some time off, which I'm super excited about. So I'm hoping to pick up a couple pairs of socks that I'm working on, and then potentially cast on a new pair of socks. I'm kind of tempted to make them a scrappy pair because I think that'll be fun and something toe up. I'm kind of tired of doing cuff down right now, and usually whenever I do cuff down, I'll do a flap and gusset heel. I just kind of want to go toe up vanilla with a fish lips kiss heel. Maybe do a 2x2 ribbing all the way around. We'll see. But I'm hoping I can just have that time. Sorry. I'm hoping I can just have that time to knit on some socks for my Christmas vacation. So I think that's going to be the goal for Christmas vacation, is just work on my socks. Okay. Let me cross this off my notes. Okay, so that's pretty much it for knitting. I don't have any sticker stories to share, just because I've been sick. I haven't really been feeling up to it. So it's another thing I hope to pick up this coming week. Maybe I'll start a highlight of those on Instagram. So be sure to follow me on Instagram, because I've been posting all my washcloths in my stick knitting on there, and then I'll probably start posting my sticker stories on there as well. So let's talk about reading, watching, and listening. So reading, I didn't bring my book in here with me, but I am still reading through The 23 by Linwood Barclay. It is so good. I cannot put it down. I'm more than halfway through, I think. Yeah, it's so good. So actually, I'm probably gonna read that during my lunch break today. The rest of my lunch break. It's just, I'm really enjoying it. His stuff is so good. I highly recommend him if you have not read any of his books before. Yeah, so really enjoying that reading. Watching, we are still making our way through Big Bang Theory. I think we're in season 7. We just watched the scavenger hunt episode, and what was another one after that? I can't remember what the other one was called, but that one was hilarious. I think that one was one of my favorites for sure. That one was so good. Yeah, and then while I was bedridden and sick with my cold, I was watching reruns of Fear Factor and doing my knitting, so that was amazing. And then we've been watching Christmas movies here and there. And then I think the last one we watched was Santa Claus is Coming to Town. It's the old claymation one. I had never seen that one before, so it was really good to see that one. Listening. So I've actually been listening to Fear and Loathing in Cinema podcast. My friend Preston is part of that podcast, and they go through old movies. It's really fun. I highly recommend, just if you're into movies. Him and his friends, they just break down movies, review them, give them their thoughts and like what they would do differently, and it's very entertaining. I've been listening to that during work lately, and it's so good, and I find that I have a lot of opinions about movies, because I find myself wanting to say like, yeah, you're right, or no, what are you talking about? So yeah, that's been super fun. Yep, so that's everything I am reading, watching, and listening to right now. Let's see what's going on in general. So Christmas is coming up. Christmas Eve is Sunday. Christmas Day is Monday. I'm very excited, especially just to see Christmas through my son's eyes. It's his first Christmas, so it's going to be a blast, I am sure. I will be on vacation from work, but I still plan on recording. Hopefully now I can get back to my weekly posting now that I am like getting over this cold. So I hope to just be knitting and hanging out. That's my goals. Like, we'll have some days, me and my husband will have some days to ourselves, since our son will still be in daycare some days, so I'm super excited. Yeah. Not much else is going on there. Just ready to have 2 weeks off to relax. And let's just go ahead and close her on up with our 3 simple joys. So mine are all kind of like sick related. Simple joy number 1 is my health, because you don't know how great it feels to feel normal until you don't. And even though I'm not like back at 100% yet, I'm probably like 97, maybe 95 or up. But whenever you feel normal, you're like, praise the Lord. So very thankful for my health, and that it was just a cold and it was nothing serious. Just that's the name of the game. The name of the game whenever you have a kiddo in daycare. They get sick and they get you sick, and it doesn't help whenever they sneeze and cough in your face. So it's like in Monsters Inc. whenever Boo sneezes in Mike's eye. Like, that is life with a baby, okay? So just simple joys, my health. On the days that I do feel good, it's great. Simple joy number 2 is coffee, because I have just been running off of coffee, especially this past week. And I am very excited that I'll be on vacation, so I can just have slow mornings with my coffee and knitting. So very excited for that. And then last simple joy is Liquid IV. They have been giving me life. Like, Liquid IV and coffee is how I've been like surviving, besides like cold medicine. That should have been a simple joy. But Liquid IV, whenever I'm sick, it's just like I don't want to drink water, but I know I should. But Liquid IV, I've just been drinking one of those, and it's been super helpful to keep me sustained. Yeah, I should stop talking now and continue to finish resting so I can get back up to 100%. But it was too long since I posted, so I wanted to get this together, kind of show you a recap or review like what's been going on the last 2 weeks, what I've been working on lately, and hopefully after this weekend I will be good to go and be on here more consistently every week, because I really enjoy it. So Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah, and to any other holidays that you celebrate. I hope this time of year is just good for you and yours. So until next time, stay caffeinated.